As actors, what do you think is the difference between Mr. Bachchan and his son?
There's nothing same
Nothing same. Okay.
in between both of them as actors.
Okay.
So going and standing on a next to a van and eating golgappe is what I miss probably. Now I
Okay.
have to get them back home and eat it there.
Your thoughts on Pakistani artists being banned in India?
If that makes you feel like you've done something good for your country, then please ban them.
Today I am with a very talented Taapsee Pannu who is here to talk about her upcoming film Badla. Taapsee, welcome to ZoomTV.com.
Thank you.
So first of all, I would like to ask, what was your first reaction when you were offered the film? I'm asking this because A, Mr. Bachchan, and B, Sujoy Ghosh, who enjoys a great reputation courtesy the Kahani films.
Well, none of this was there when I was offered this film.
Okay.
So, well, I don't think that question stands valid then.
Okay.
Because neither Sujoy nor Bachchan sir was a part of the film when I was offered the film. Everyone was simultaneously getting approached for the film, and when I got it, I didn't ask and anyone was confirmed. So I read the script, I wanted to do this part which was originally written for a man. So yeah, I mean, I chose to do this. Thankfully the producers were kind enough to reverse the gender.
Okay.
And make it a female instead of the male. And yeah, and I got on board. And I think a few months after that is when I got to know that Bachchan sir and Sujoy are on board.
Okay. At that time, what was your reaction?
Like a bonus.
Like a bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is your second film with Mr. Bachchan after Pink. Now, after working in two films, what kind of equation do you share with him?
Well, obviously it gets better. Comfort level gets better.
Okay.
Well, in Pink, it was the first time, so I was trying to understand him at that point. But now it's more like we have worked together, so we know the kind of chemistry that we can have, how I can really utilize his energy, which is phenomenal when he's on set.
Yes.
I get a high looking into his eyes and performing.
Right.
So that I know I need to utilize when I'm acting with him, which I did in this film. So you know how to use each other's energies better.
Right.
So yeah, that changed.
So there are many actors who say that they get overpowered by Mr. Bachchan. They feel overwhelmed on the sets. Does something like this happen with you? Do you feel pressurized?
No.
Okay.
I didn't happen in Pink. It happened probably the first day I met him on the set, maybe, because so much was told about his aura and all that. Yes, he has a great personality.
Yeah.
But it's not like you get dumbfounded or you don't know what to do.
Right.
I don't get that. In fact, I enjoy his company and he's fun to talk to. He has a great sense of humor. I can have a very fun, cool conversation with him whenever I meet him. So yeah, I know I didn't have that kind of intimidating, dumbfounded kind of a feeling when I met him.
Okay. So you also worked with his son in Man Marziya. As actors, what do you think is the difference between Mr. Bachchan and his son?
There's nothing same
Nothing same. Okay.
in between both of them as actors.
Okay. So if you had to point out differences between their acting processes, any?
Totally different. Abhishek, I feel Bachchan sir on one hand loves rehearsing. Abhishek also rehearses, but not as much as Bachchan sir. So yeah, so it's a different. I mean, I cannot define a process, but as my co-actors, what I felt, I think they are totally different kind of actors.
Okay.
One thing common in their energy is the fact that the thing that as I said, when I look into Bachchan sir's eyes and perform, it's a different feeling. It's the same kind of energy that I get from Abhishek.
Okay.
When I was performing with him in Man Marziya, that energy is same. Their eyes have a lot of emotions. So I think that is common.
Okay. So Taapsee, Badla is definitely not an easy breezy film. There is crime, there is thrill, there is suspense. So how as an actor do you prepare yourself to operate in this space?
I think I don't think too much, honestly. I go with the flow, I go with my director. I just use my brain while saying yes to a script and being sure of the director I'm going to work with, that I would want to work with this person because I feel I'll get to learn something.
Okay.
So once I choose my film, then I don't think too much.
Okay.
I go with the flow because I feel if I prepare too much, then I become too mechanical, too predictable. It doesn't feel real. So my method is basically just be spontaneous. You've already read the film, you know your character, your director knows how to guide you well. So my directors also, they don't really show me what to do. They let me do what I want to do, and then they help me decide if it's the right direction or no.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how the process is.
You had said in an interview that at the time of Pink, you were shooting in Delhi and you were traveling in Delhi Metro.
Yeah.
Is that possible anymore?
Well, if I try to cover up my face a little bit, maybe yes.
Okay.
I am quite tempted to do that most of the times because it's the best way to cope up with the traffic.
Okay.
And that's the reason why I did that in Pink.
Yeah.
I was shooting at the other end of the city, and I used to live in the other end.
Yeah.
So it was, the best way was to travel by metro, which I did.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that right now. I would want to. I probably will have to cover my face a little bit.
Okay.
And not making it obvious also. So yeah, maybe then.
Right. At heart, you are still a Delhi girl. I saw you were asking for gajak, a few minutes ago. So
Yeah.
do you miss anything about being? Do you miss anything about being a non-celebrity? Like, do you feel, on some days that I wish no one recognized me?
Yeah, sometimes, very rarely though, because
Okay.
if it's a very scary situation if you are an actor and nobody recognizes you.
Right.
I remember Bachchan sir only said one day when they were like in Scotland, in Glasgow, when we were shooting, there were a lot of people who were waiting for us, him in particular actually,
Okay.
outside the place we were shooting, and there were some bodyguards of his local, there Scottish, English bodyguards there, and who were like, don't you get like worried or scared or like troubled
Okay.
when you see so many people hounding you every day? And he said that I will have to feel troubled if they don't,
Right.
which is very true for an actor.
Right.
I probably just miss the fact that I cannot see the city or live in the city like a normal person anymore and walk around wherever I want without getting bothered, or just do things without thinking how it will affect my name or image or whatever. So yeah, so which I end up compensating outside the country a lot of
Right.
times when I travel. So yeah, so I make up for it that way. But
Okay.
going and standing on a next to a van and eating golgappe is what I miss probably. Now I
Okay.
have to get them back home and eat it there.
Right.
Standing and having tikki and all these things that I've grown up with.
Right.
So all that I miss.
Right now we are sitting in Delhi, the city where you spent a considerable portion of your life.
Yeah.
यहाँ पे बहुत सारी फिल्में देखी होंगी आपने.
हाँ.
Now in the same cinemas, your film posters are there. What is the feeling like?
I've not been to these cinemas actually after I've started acting.
Okay.
I've never seen a film. Actually, I've seen Naam Shabana in PVR Plaza.
Okay.
The premiere happened there
Okay.
with all female cops. That was a beautiful feeling, not just because it was Delhi and it was a PVR Plaza where I've seen other films before as a not school but college kid. But it was also surreal because I had all female cops sitting there.
Okay.
Watching Naam Shabana, and they were screaming and shout. I love the fact how in Delhi people like to scream, shout, or just enjoy the film and not just sit like well poised and
Right.
and all that. They love to probably get involved more with the film most of the
Right.
times. That's quite fun. And in Naam Shabana it happened. There were girls, women out there, the cops cheering and screaming and hooting and whistling in my fight sequences, which I've only seen for heroes happen before. So
Right.
that was a memorable experience.
In the wake of the Pulwama terror attack, Pakistani artists have been banned by certain Bollywood associations. What are your thoughts on that? Because you worked with one in Chashme Badur, and he recently was trolled for supporting his PM. So what are your thoughts on that?
I don't understand why do you expect him, being a Pakistani, to support the country he's not a part of?
Right.
He's already been banned,
Right.
and we are all fine with it. But how will it be if I am supporting my country and Pakistanis are trolling me, which they are right now when I've tweeted about Pulwama? What do you expect? It's his country. He will
Right.
he'll be trolled otherwise if he doesn't support.
Right.
And we are trolled here if we don't talk about our achievements or we don't celebrate our victories.
Right.
So it is stupid, I feel, to expect him to do anything else, because it's not like he's not able to work because he's banned in India. He's working there,
Yeah.
and he will. I mean, it's his country. He needs to celebrate his country's achievements or whatever he feels about them, and so are we, and we are doing that.
Right.
If we are being celebrated because we are, yes, Bollywood is supporting this and that, obviously they will support their country. What's wrong in that?
Right. But what are your thoughts on Pakistani artists being banned in India? Is it going to like help the situation in any way?
You tell me that. Is it going to help? Will it bring back those 40 people?
Of course not. But should we be banning them?
If that makes you feel like you've done something good for your country, then please ban them.
And before we wrap up, the punchline of your movie says, "Maaf kar dena, har baar sahi nahi hota." Do you believe in this thought?
I'm human being, a very normal one.
Okay.
Bhagwan nahi bani hu abhi tak. So obviously you do feel like taking revenge sometimes.
Okay.
Though the capacity to forgive increases with time and age and maturity.
Right.
But as human beings, sometimes somewhere you feel like that you probably need to hit back.
Okay. And what do you think about India's steps to avenge the Pulwama terror attack yesterday? An airstrike happened.
If it's done now, I hope now at least you try to spread happiness around. If it's done now, can we move ahead and concentrate on happier things in life? I don't know if those 40 people are now resting in peace because of this. Now, at least now, can we concentrate on their families and do something for them, that your main agenda of taking revenge is done.
Right. All the best for Badla. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.